Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am your English teacher Muhammad Asif. आप देख रहे हैं बेसिक इंग्लिश ग्रामर विद आसिफ रज़ा. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम बात करेंगे क्लास सेकंड ईयर यानी इंटरमीडिएट पार्ट 2 FA, FSC, ICS और आई काम के पार्ट 2 की बात करेंगे, जिसमें द डाइंग सन, जिसके राइटर हैं सर जेम्स जेन्स. हम इससे पहले इस लेसन के मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट MCQs डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द डाइंग सन. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अमूमन स्टूडेंट्स से जो क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं और स्टूडेंट अक्सर सिर्फ एक्सरसाइज वाले क्वेश्चन तैयार करके गया होता है, लेकिन सेकेंड ईयर में बोर्ड की प्रैक्टिस ये है कि वो टेक्स्ट के अंदर से भी क्वेश्चन पूछता है. तो आज हम वो क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करेंगे जो बार बार रिपीट हो चुके हैं बोर्ड में, ताकि स्टूडेंट्स उनकी प्रिपरेशन करके बोर्ड में अच्छे मार्क्स हासिल कर सकें. जी डियर स्टूडेंट्स, द डाइंग सन बाय सर जेम्स जेन्स. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हमारे पास है, व्हाई इज लाइफ इम्पॉसिबल ऑन सन, स्टार्स एंड इन द स्पेस. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आप देख रहे हैं कि ब्लू कलर में यहाँ पे मेंशन है कि ये कौन कौन से बोर्ड में किस किस साल में आ चुका है, और आप खुद इसकी अहमियत का अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि ये क्वेश्चन कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है. स्टेम हल्की फुल्की चेंज हो सकती है, लेकिन ये क्वेश्चन बारहा बोर्ड में पूछा गया है. जवाब इसका है, लाइफ कैन एग्जिस्ट ओनली एट मॉडरेट टेम्परेचर. द सन एंड द स्टार्स आर एक्सट्रीमली हॉट while the space is extremely cold. That's why life is impossible on them. Question number 2, what is a planetary system? Answer है, when a star throws off its pieces, they begin to move around it. These pieces are called its planets. These moving planets and the star are collectively called a planetary system. Who was Sir James James and what does he tell us in the lesson? द डाइंग सन. या फिर दूसरे तरीके से क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है, व्हाट इज द डाइंग सन अबाउट. सर जेम्स जेन्स वाज अ ग्रेट एस्ट्रोनॉमर एंड साइंटिस्ट. इन द लेसन द डाइंग सन, he tells us his theory of creation of the earth and the beginning of life on it. He explains how our earth with other planets came into being and how life started on it. How is it that a star seldom finds another star near it? Millions of stars are wandering about in space. Each star is bound to travel in its own orbit. There is the distance of millions of miles between them. So a star seldom finds another star anywhere near it. Next question है, how big is the universe? The universe is very vast. It contains millions of stars. Some of the stars are so big that they can contain millions of Earths inside them. Moreover, the space between these stars is huge. Number 6 question है, what is an absolute zero? Answer है, it is the lowest possible temperature. It is the temperature at which a body would be completely deprived of heat. It is equivalent to about -273 centigrade or -459 Fahrenheit. What happened according to Sir James Janes when a wandering star came nearer and nearer? Or what was the result when a star came nearer to the sun? When a wandering star came near the sun, it raised a huge wave upon the sun. As it came nearer and nearer, the wave rose higher and higher. It formed a huge mountain that broke into pieces. These pieces started moving around the sun. They are known as planets. Question number 8 है, how did our earth come into existence? ये मुख्तलिफ तरीके से क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है बोर्ड में. When and how did our earth and other planets came into existence? Describe the rare event that took place 2000 million years ago. What is the theory of James Janes about the creation of our planetary system? Answer है, scientists believe that some 2000 million years ago, a big star happened to near come the sun. This second star raised tides on the surface of the sun, and before it began to move away again, its tidal pull became so powerful that this mountain was torn into pieces. These small pieces are the planets, great and small, of which our earth is one. Number 9 question है, what is a planet? तो आंसर है, a planet is a huge piece of solid mass usually thrown off by some other star like our sun. Some planets are very hot and some are very cold. They get heat from its star. A few from groups which journey in company, but most of them travel alone. Number 10. What is the difference between stars and planets? The stars are the big burning balls of fire. They never lose their heat. They wander alone in space. While the planets are the heavenly bodies which move around a star. But 11th question है, why life can't exist outside the temperature belts? Answer. Life can exist only at moderate temperature. Outside the temperature belts, it is either extremely cold or extremely hot. Outside these planets, outside these temperature belts, life would be frozen or burnt up. That's why life cannot exist outside the temperature belts. Why was life born on Earth? Or write a note on the beginning of life on the Earth? Or how did life come into being on Earth? जी स्टूडेंट्स, मैं बताता चलूँ कि स्टूडेंट्स को जब बोर्ड में क्वेश्चन की स्टेम चेंज कर दी जाती है तो स्टूडेंट उसमें कंफ्यूज हो जाता है. आपने उसके मेन कॉन्सेप्ट पे जाना होता है, मेन थीम पे जाना होता है कि हमसे पूछा क्या गया है. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जब तक आप क्वेश्चन की नोयत नहीं समझते तो आप जवाब की तरफ भी नहीं जा सकते. तो आंसर है, when the temperature of the earth fell to the suitable degree, it gave birth to life. In the beginning, there were only simple organisms. Each generation gave birth to a newer and better one. In this way, it started a chain of life which finally developed into man who has feelings and ambitions. Question number 13. Have scientists succeeded to ascertain how and when life on earth came into being? Scientists have presented different theories about origin of life on the earth, but none of them could prove these theories. They have failed to ascertain how and when life on earth came into being. Number 14 question है, what is the place of our earth in the universe? The place of our earth in the universe is something like that, a million part of a grain of sand out of all these seashores of the world. Such is the littleness of our home in space when measured up against the total substance of the universe. Why is the universe so frightening? Or why is the universe of which our earth is a part so frightening? Gives many reasons as you can. Or why do we find the universe so frightening? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है और बारहा बोर्ड्स में पूछा गया है. Answer है, when we look at the universe and try to understand it, we find it frightening. It is because of immense stretches of time and space. Because there is no sign of life anywhere except on earth, this scene of loneliness is also a cause of fear for us. Number 16 question है, why is there life on the earth? It is because the earth is revolving around the sun at the right distance for life to be possible on it. Moreover, all the physical conditions life needs for its appearance are present on the earth. How is the space beyond the Milky Way? The space beyond the Milky Way is extremely cold. There are hundreds of degrees of frost there. We cannot even imagine such a high degree of cold. Number 18 question है, define the life zone or life belt in the universe. Life can exist in the narrow belt at a certain distance from the sun where temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. This is called the life zone or life belt in the universe. Question number 19 है, how big are the stars and how did they travel? The stars are extremely big. Most of them are so large that hundreds of thousands of Earths could be packed inside each. Some stars are large enough to contain millions and millions of Earths. These stars are very far away from each other. They mostly traveled in the universe alone in space. What are the temperature belts and what has existence of life to do with it? Answer है, the temperature belts are the zones in space where temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. These are the areas having moderate temperature where existence of life is possible only. Question number 21. Does life zone or life belt exist any other planet of the universe except Earth? Answer है, such life zone or life belt does not exist anywhere in the universe. We do not find any sign of life like our own anywhere in the universe except on earth. What are the necessary conditions for existence of life in heavenly body? Life needs suitable physical conditions for its existence, the most important of which is the temperature at which substance can exist in a liquid state, but such conditions do not exist on other heavenly bodies. Number 23 है, why do stars not collide with one another very often? Answer है, stars do not collide with one another very often because they travel through universe so immense that it is a very rare event for one star to come near to another. There is an average distance of well over 1,000,000 miles between one star and its nearest neighbor on a scale model. Question number 24 है, what is the total number of stars in the universe? A total number of stars in the universe is something like the total number of grains of sand on all the seashores of the world. 25. What is meant by a life belt in space? A life belt is a narrow area surrounding each star at a suitable distance, where the temperature of Earth is neither too hot nor too cold for life to exist on it. Number 26 है, why do the stars not come close to each other? The stars move in their own orbit and could not come close to each other, as one star is million miles away from its closest neighbor. So it is impossible for any star to come close to any other star near it. Question number 27 है, how, when and why did life come into existence? Life appeared when the temperature of Earth became moderate. It started in simple organisms. Their living power consisted of their being able to reproduce themselves before dying. Gradually, life became more and more complex. Number 28 है, how did planets come into existence? They came into existence as a result of a rare event when a wandering star came near the sun. Its tidal pull began to form a mountain of the molten matter on the solar surface. When the wandering star moved away, the mountain of molten matter was torn to pieces, which fell off into space. These pieces are called planets, of which our Earth is one. Number 30 question है, what is the Milky Way? The Milky Way is the other name of a galaxy. On a clear night, we can see it in the sky. It is a collection of millions and billions of shining countless stars and nebulae that is stretching across the sky. Modern astronomy tells us that there are millions of galaxies in this universe. 31 question है, why is there no life on stars, or what is the reason of non-existence of life on a star? Life can exist only at such places where temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. The stars are made up of fire. On the stars, the temperature is very high and therefore life cannot exist on them. Question number 31 है, why is there no life on the stars, or what is the reason of non-existence of life on a star? Life can exist only at such places where temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. The stars are made up of fire. On the stars, the temperature is very high and therefore life cannot exist on them. 32 question है, what are planets and how did they come into being? Answer है, planets are heavenly bodies. They do not shine like stars. They reflect the light of stars. Planets are often found around a star, such as in this essay. A star came near the sun and because of its tidal pull, some gigantic waves of the tides raised on the surface of the sun and its pieces were scattered into pieces. By the passage of time, these pieces cooled down and were made planets, large and small. These pieces began to travel around the sun, making a solar system. Our Earth is one of them. Question number 33 है, what happened when a wandering star came nearer and nearer to the sun? Answer है, when a wandering star began to come nearer to the sun, its tidal pull created tides on the surface of the sun. The more that star came nearer to the sun, the more tidal waves rose. At last, it turned so high that it could look like a mountain. Why is there no life on stars? What are the necessary conditions for the existence of life on heavenly bodies? Again, but repeated question है, stars are extremely hot. On the surface of the stars, the temperature is so high that it can melt all solids and boil all liquids. Life cannot exist in such high temperature. Life can exist only at such places where temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. That's why there is no life on stars. How did life come into being, or how did the life begin and develop? Write a note on the beginning of life on earth. How did life appear on the earth? Answer hai, in the beginning earth was very hot but gradually became colder. When the earth became cold, life appeared on it. Nobody knows how, when, and why this happened. In the beginning, life appeared in the form of simple organisms. These simple organisms were able to reproduce themselves before dying. By the passage of time, life became more and more complex. Where is life possible in space? Or what is the condition urgently necessary of life? Or what has life on the earth to do with appropriate temperature? Or why life cannot exist outside the temperature belts? Life can exist only at such places where temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. On the stars, the temperature is very hot and life cannot exist on them. In the space, it is very cold. On the stars, the temperature is very hot and life cannot exist on them. In the space, it is very cold, and here too, life cannot exist. Life can exist only in such narrow bands around these stars on some planet where temperature is neither too cold nor too hot. In space, such planets and life like on our earth are very few. Question number 37 hai, why does a star never find another stars near it? All the stars are moving in a very vast space. There is a great distance between one star and another star. If we make a scale model and consider stars as ships, there will be a distance of million miles between each ship. That's why a star does not collide with one another star. Question number 38 hai, how according to Sir James Jeans our solar system came into being? According to Sir James Jeans, some 2000 million years ago, another star wandering blindly through the space happened to come near our sun. As the star come nearer and nearer to the sun, the tidal wave over the surface of the sun would have risen higher and higher. The surface of the sun turned into a mountain, so high that one could hardly imagine. Then the surface of the sun was torn into pieces. Sun threw off small parts of that wave into space. Those small pieces of the sun have been going around the sun ever since. And now we call those pieces planets of the sun and our earth one of them. In this way, our solar system came into being. Question number 39, how little is earth as compared to the universe? Answer is, there are countless stars in the universe. They are so big that a single star can contain millions of earths in it. If we gather the sand of all the seashores of the world, it will make a huge mountain. Now we took one grain of a sand out of this mountain, and his one grain of sand is our earth, and the huge mountain is universe. Such is the littleness of our earth when measured up against the total substance of the universe. Question number 40 hai, how much chance is there for a star to come near the other? All the stars are moving in a very vast space. There is a great distance between one star and another star. If we make our scale model and consider star as ships, there will be a distance of million miles between each space. That is why there is a rare chance of a star to come nearer another star. जी डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप कि आप जो है इन क्वेश्चंस को अच्छे से रेडी कर लेंगे. क्वेश्चंस 40 जो नज़र आ रहे हैं, एक्चुअली क्वेश्चंस जो है ये अराउंड अबाउट 30 के करीब हैं. क्वेश्चंस की स्टेम जो है मुख्तलिफ बोर्ड्स ने मुख्तलिफ तरह से दी है. इस वीडियो को बनाने का एक मकसद ये भी था कि स्टूडेंट्स जो है वो मुख्तलिफ स्टेम्स के ज़रिए क्वेश्चंस को अटैम्प्ट करना सीखें. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अगर आपको ये तमाम क्वेश्चंस और आंसर्स की पीडीएफ चाहिए तो आप कमेंट्स कर सकते हैं. इंशाल्लाह अज़ीज़, अब हमारी नेक्स्ट वीडियो है यूजिंग द साइंटिफिक मेथड में मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एमसीक्यूज और मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस में हम बनाएंगे. तब तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए. फ़ी अमानिल्लाह.